Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mindworks channel. And this session, this is part of our series of exploring B schools and how to get into them in the 22-24 season. And we are looking at the IIM Lucknow selection criteria today. What is the selection criteria for IIM Lucknow? We are looking at the PGP program, the ABM program, as well as the PGP Sustainability Management program, the three programs that IIM Lucknow offers at its campus. Noida campus का discussion इसमें नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं. I'm not doing the Noida campus discussion. Maybe it'll be the same. It'll just be out of this list. I'll have to check. But those of you who have been asking for other B schools, please keep the faith. We'll be coming up with all the top B schools, top 20-30 B schools इसमें cover करेंगे. And some of you have asked me to cover IIM Calcutta. IIM Calcutta is already covered in the previous video. So you just follow this playlist. Just go to the playlist on which this video is included. उस playlist पे तुमको वो मिल जाएगा. IIM B school selection criteria के playlist पे you'll get that. You'll get to see the IIM Calcutta one also, because I've already done one on that. IIM Calcutta I've done, IIM Ahmedabad I've done, and IIM Bangalore I've done already. So this is the fourth in the series of obviously ABCL are the first four institutes you look at. So what does IIM Lucknow look at? First of all, the shortlisting will be on the basis of the CAT 21 score. That's the first criteria. CAT 21 score will be what they'll look at. And yeah, good evening everybody. Welcome to the session. So candidates will be shortlisted on the basis of CAT 21 score, previous academic performance, and other criteria as mentioned below. For PGP SM, for Sustainability Management PGP, there's an additional minimum work experience criteria of 24 months. This is an additional eligibility criterion. So if you are a fresher or less than 2 years work experience on 31st July 2021, then you don't qualify for the PGP SM. You really can't apply for it, or they're not going to look at your profile if you have even 23 months of work experience as of 31st July 2021. So then in that case you are looking essentially at the PGP or the PGP ABM program. So coming to the first, I mean, like all the other B schools or like all the top IIMs, there's a minimum criteria that you have to fulfill in each of the sections. So sectional qualifying for VRC is 85 percentile, for DILR is 85 percentile, for quants is 85 percentile for the general category people, and 90 percentile for overall. That means if you have an 89.9 percentile, obviously you're not going to get a call from IIM Lucknow. ऐसे भी 89.9 percentile पे तुमको CAT का weightage का score इतना कम आएगा कि you got no chance. EWS category में the percentiles drop a little bit, 77, 8 percentile off है on EWS and NCOBC. So it's 8 percentile below the general category people. So 77 on the sectionals and 82 on the total. And SC में 30% percentile drop in the sections. It's 55 percentile and 70 percentile total. And ST and PWD has a 35 percentile drop, 50 percentile here, and 65 percentile here, right? So that's this thing. That's for the PGP. PGP ABM में the percentiles are a little bit lower, 5 percentile lower overall percentile. For ABM is 5 percentile lower consistently across. तो जहाँ पे 90 है वहाँ पे 85 है, जहाँ पे 82 है यहाँ पे 77 है, and so on. If you are applying for ABM, so 5 percentile you got a concession to come into the first shortlist of IIM Lucknow. Now once you are done with the first shortlist of IIM Lucknow, if you are coming through, so then they have not a very complicated this thing. We have seen that Ahmedabad and Bangalore are very complicated in terms of understanding how they allocate. यहाँ पे the process is simple. Just have a look at it. So only the candidates, I'm just reading out, only you might not be able to read this on the video. So calculation of composite score for shortlisting at VAT PI stage. Only the candidates securing above mentioned minimum sectional and total percentiles for the respective category in CAT 21 will be considered at stage 1B. So stage 1B में आने के लिए first of all you have to clear stage 1A, which was those minimum percentiles according to your category, right? Whether you're general or EWS or OBC or SC, ST or PWD, based on that. Now when you come into the weights, this is the good news for most of you, specifically those of you with poor academic backgrounds. The CAT weight is a pretty high 60% in IIM Lucknow. That means that that 60% of your 100 marks will be, you'll get a total out of 100. out of that 60 marks is in your hands. And if you score high in those 60 marks, actually nobody can even if you have a little bit of deficiency in your school and college scores, you can still make up for that and get an IIM Lucknow call, right? HSC marks, 12th marks. Now there's another important aspect of IIM Lucknow. They are not looking at your school 10th marks. They are looking at only 10 marks, only 12 marks, and only 10 marks on that, only 10 points on that, right? So that is, and this is consistent across all the 3 courses. Of course, PGP SM, as I said, is only for those people who've got minimum 2 years of experience, otherwise you're not eligible for it. So 70 marks यहाँ पे, और HSC marks को कैसे देते हैं वो भी देख लो. Candidates class 12th percentile, not percentage. Class 12th percentile, not percentage, right? Class 12th percentile in respective board and discipline will be taken. And if your percentile in your board and discipline is more than 90, more than 95, you get all the 10 marks, not percentage, right? So हो सकता है कि तुम्हारे board में you are in the top, if you are in the top 5% people in your board for 12th, then you will get 10 marks. If you are in the top 10% people, 90 to 95, you will get 7.5 marks. If you are in the top 15% people, that means 85 percentile to 90 percentile in your board and your discipline. If you are in the top 15 percentile of the people, top 15% of the people who based on their percentage scores in class in class 12th, you will get 5 marks on that. If you are on the top 20%, that means 80 percentile plus, you will get 2.5 marks. And if you are below 80 percentile in your board, then you will get 0 marks. So essentially, for all practical purposes, अगर यहाँ पे तुम्हारा disadvantage भी है, so that disadvantage will be limited to maybe 5 to 7 marks here, and 60 marks is there for CAT. तो वहाँ पे you can easily make up. और आगे भी there are marks for gender diversity and for academic diversity. So वहाँ पे भी you can actually make up your scores from there. So that's the second part of this, right? Then the graduation marks is 10 marks. The graduation marks is 10 marks. And graduation is a complicated formula, and it is a normalized score that they look at for graduation. So graduation में क्या देख रहे हैं वो लोग? They are looking at your I mean the formula that they have given is candidate's graduation percentage score minus mean divided by standard deviation. So this is similar to the IIM Bangalore criteria we had done yesterday. तो इसको देख लो. So your score in graduation, your percentage score minus the mean score divided by the standard deviation, right? This is the formula for defining how much score, how much marks you will get on your graduation weightage. This into 50 by 3. This into 50 by 3. So we'll just play out a calculation. This into 50 by 3. This into 50 by 3, and the plus 50 into, so there's a plus 50 now in the formula, plus 50 into 10 by 100 or into 0.1. So this will be your score. So what does it mean? What it means is, suppose तुम्हारे graduation percentile, your graduation percentage is, let's say, is 80%. Right? And the mean graduation score of your discipline is coming out to be 60%. And standard deviation is, let's say, 10%. वैसे ऐसा numbers होता नहीं है, standard deviation का number वैसा इतना good looking number नहीं रहेगा. It will be bad looking numbers. It will be some kind of a decimal value. So in this case, you are 2 standard deviations above the mean. That means, तो इस पूरे formula का value 2 आएगा, right? यहाँ इस part का value 2 आएगा, and this is multiplied by this factor of 16.66. So that makes it 33.33 plus 50. That makes it 83.33 into 0.1. That makes it 8.33 marks out of 10. Right? If you're 2 standard deviations above this thing, And if you're above, if you're let's say 1.5 standard deviations above the mean, then accordingly यहाँ इसका value 1.5 into 16.66 आएगा, तो यहाँ 25 आ जाएगा. Know your percentages and your decimals and the multiplications. 25 plus 50, 75, and into 0.1 will give you 7.5. So basically this is what it's going to be. So if your graduation percentage is below the mean, in that case you have to understand, if your graduation percentage has been really bad and below the average graduation percentage of your discipline, then in that case this value will be negative because your score will be below the mean. So ये negative आएगा तो फिर वो 50 से subtract होगा, ये 50 जो plus 50 है उससे subtract होगा. In that case you might end up getting only 3 or 4 marks. But broadly most of you who have done okay in your graduation can expect maybe 7-8 marks here on this number. So this is graduation marks. Then work experience marks is 10, and work experience marks is 10 for both. ABM में work experience का कोई weightage नहीं है. PGP has a 10 mark weightage, and PGP SM has a 10 mark weightage. Those of you with the 24 month work ex. और इसका formula क्या है? Work experience का कितना marks देते हैं किस basis पे? There are two formulas. This is the formula for the PGP course. The formula is the minimum of X is the number of months of experience. तो 6 months of experience से छोटा है अगर तुम्हारा तो 0 मिलेगा. 6 months experience पे भी 0 मिलेगा, because this bracket will become 0. At 7 months experience, if you got 7 months experience on July 31st, 2021, so this is going to be 1 into 0.5, comma 10, and the minimum of these two. So if you've got 7 months work experience, you'll get 0.5 marks on work experience. If you've got 8 months experience, you'll get 1 mark, because this will become 2 into 0.5. If you've got 26 months experience, that's the point. That's the turnaround point. At 26 months of work experience, you will get the full 10 marks on this, because this will be 20 into 0.5. तो ये भी 10 देगा, वो भी 10 देगा, minimum will be 10. और 27 months of experience के बाद ये 10 के ऊपर जाएगा, लेकिन ये this is stuck on 10. You can't get more than 10 marks on your work experience. So if your experience is more than 26 months, you'll get the full 10 marks there. So important message for those of you who are losing out on class 12 marks because you have not done well there. If you have a little bit bad scores there, you can actually target IIM Lucknow by adding experience to yourself. Suppose class 12 marks में तुम्हारा 5 mark कम हो रहा है, your weightage is 5 less than the guys who topped that class 12. So you just wait for a couple of years, give CAT a couple of times, and if as far as you're confident of scoring well in the CAT and doing well inside the exam, वो तो bottom line है. तो if you're confident of doing that, तो तुम्हारा जो 12th का या graduation marks का जो disadvantage है 4-5 marks का, वो तुम्हारा यहाँ पे ख़त्म हो जाएगा, because you can easily just pass your time and 26 months of experience पे you're getting 10 marks here, and suddenly what happens is यहाँ जो disadvantage तुम्हारा है वो यहाँ पे overcome हो जाता है, because freshers are going to get through. Freshers are definitely going to get through, so वो disadvantage against the freshers who have done well in 10th and 12th is over then. So I mean, I know that IIM Ahmedabad तो close कर देता है कि 80% नहीं है 10th और 12th में, तो तुम हमको apply मत करो, there is no point. But IIM Lucknow gives you that route to enter it, right? And as I always say, MBA is not a B school is not like an IAS exam. I keep telling you that in every each of my broadcasts. You have to plan to get to the best possible B school you can get to, and then plan to be one of the top 20 students there. Fight मारो, work hard. मैंने नहीं किया था, but लेकिन तुम लोग करना start करो और work hard. Be in the top 20 there. Be in the DML, director's merit list as it is called. Do your subjects well, and then hit the corporate sector and go to the top. Why should you not do that? And then there are a couple of things, Dfa and Dfb. So Dfa is diversity factor academic, which is 5 marks, and Dfb is diversity factor gender, which is 5 marks for PGP. ABM में 20 marks दे रहे हैं DFA के लिए. That means you belong, I mean that's logical also. If you belong to an agricultural field, so 20 of you get straight 20 marks on that. So if you belong to a field which is related to agriculture, so you have a very strong advantage of getting through into the PGP ABM course. And in SM also this is 5 marks. So this is what it is. These are this thing. So 100 marks का breakup, and when do you get 5 marks for academic diversity? It's all these courses, arts, humanities. वो जेम के खिलाफ तो साजिश है ही, मैं भी जेम था, तो जेम्स के खिलाफ तो साजिश है ही IIM की तरफ से. No engineering in this, and everything, almost everything else. So arts, humanities, commerce, economics, chartered accountancy, cost and work accountancy, company secretaryship, computer application, education, law, medicine, dentistry, pharmacology, pharmacy, sciences. शायद इंजीनियरिंग भूल गए यहाँ पे डालना, राइट? या फिर उन्होंने ये साजिश की है इंजीनियर्स के खिलाफ. मतलब ऐसा मत करो भाई, कुछ सालों में इंजीनियरिंग करना लोग बंद कर देंगे इंडिया में. इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस का क्या होगा, राइट? देयर आर सो मेनी थाउजेंड्स ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज ऐसे ही बंद हो रहे हैं. सो ये फैक्टर है. 5 मार्क तुम्हारा जा रहा है अगर इंजीनियर हो. इंजीनियर नहीं हो, किसी ने अच्छे दिन आए थे तुम्हारे, तुमने डिसाइड कर लिया कि इंजीनियरिंग नहीं करना है, तो दिस इज़ गुड न्यूज़ फॉर यू, बिकॉज यहाँ सीधे 5 मार्क मिल रहे हैं. तो अगर तुम वहाँ पे, और इंजीनियर्स तो घुसने वाले हैं IIM लखनऊ में डेफिनेटली, तो अगर तुम यहाँ पे 5 मार्क लूज़ कर रहे हो सपोज, ये दोनों मिला के, तो यहाँ पे 5 मार्क तुमको सीधा मिल जा रहा है बिना कुछ किए हुए, जस्ट बिकॉज यू टुक अ चॉइस ऑफ गोइंग इनटू अ नॉन इंजीनियरिंग फील्ड, जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट 5 मार्क सीधा मिल जा रहा है तुमको. तो यहाँ का 5 मार्क का गैप यहाँ पे ओवरकम हो गया. यू आर ऑन बैलेंस प्लेइंग फील्ड. और ऑफ कोर्स इफ़ यू आर फ्रॉम दीज कैटेगरीज एंड यू आर गर्ल, तो तुमको नॉट जस्ट 5 मार्क ओवरकम हो रहा है, यू गेटिंग एडवांटेज ऑल्सो. सो दैट्स बिकॉज द परसेंटेज ऑफ गर्ल्स एट द IIMs इज प्रीटी लो. So they want to increase that percentage. That's perfectly correct and perfectly right. But even if you are male and have some drawback here, but getting those 5 marks, then it's a straight shootout between you and that guy on the CAT. It's a straight shootout. So you have a chance. So do fight for it. Do fight for IIM Lucknow. So to synopsize, this is the numbers. CAT 60 और CAT score. कैट में कितना मार्क्स तुमको देंगे उनका भी एक फॉर्मूला दिया उन्होंने. वो फॉर्मूला ये है कि योर स्कोर डिवाइडेड बाय हाईएस्ट कैट स्कोर. योर स्कोर डिवाइडेड बाय हाईएस्ट कैट स्कोर. ना इसको थोड़ा सा एनालाइज करते हैं. हाईएस्ट कैट स्कोर किसी का भी, मतलब जैसे लास्ट ईयर इट वॉज र्यूमर्ड कि किसी को 170 180 आया था, ठीक है. 100 परसेंटाइल वाले लोग जो होते हैं 10-12 लोग, उसमें से आता है. तो अगर किसी को 180 आ रहा है, सपोज तुमको 120 आया, तुम 99.7 परसेंटाइल लेके आए, तो 2/3 मिलेगा, 40 मार्क्स मिलेंगे तुमको. अगर तुम लेट्स लुक एट द सिंपल नंबर्स. सपोज 170, या इस साल का थोड़ा नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कम है, तो लेट्स से 150 160 अगर टॉपर स्कोर है, और तुमको लेट्स से 96 मार्क्स आए, तो तुमको 60% ऑफ द कैट वेटेज मिलेगा. दैट मीन्स 36 मार्क्स मिलेगा, राइट. एंड गिवन द फैक्ट दैट IIM लखनऊ में अगर देखोगे तो इवन 98 परसेंटाइलर्स 97 परसेंटाइलर्स को कॉल आ जाता है. इफ़ यू लुक एट द लास्ट फ्यू ईयर्स, दे डू गेट कॉल्स फ्रॉम IIM लखनऊ. तो इट्स अ पॉसिबल चांस दैट 36 मार्क्स स्कोर कर लो कैट पे. ऑफ कोर्स द चैलेंज फॉर यू शुड बी टू ट्राई टू गेट एज क्लोज टू दैट 160 बेंचमार्क है. द टॉप 10 पीपल हिट दोज नंबर्स. तो 160 अगर बेंचमार्क है, तो योर चैलेंज इज टू गेट टू 96 or 100 or 110 और एज क्लोज टू 160 एज पॉसिबल. वो चैलेंज लेके रखो. लेकिन इवन इफ यू आर गेटिंग 96 मार्क्स, यू आर स्टिल विच विल बी अप्रॉक्सिमेटली द 99 percentile range this year. So somebody who gets 99 percentile in CAT will score 36 marks here, and that guy who's getting the top score 160 जो लेके आ रहा है, उसको 160 का 60 मार्क्स मिल जाएगा. तो वो तो भैया सीधा वॉक इन कर जाएगा. बट वो लखनऊ क्यों जाएगा, वो अहमदाबाद, बैंगलोर, कैलकाटा सोचेगा. Graduation is 10%, 10 marks. HSC is 10 marks. No wait for 10th score. WorkX is 10 marks. Diversity factor A, academic discipline is 5 marks, and diversity factor B is 5 marks. So that's what it is all about, right? And academic diversity का slide तो मैंने दिखाई दिया. 2 चीज़ और मेरे को बताना है तुम लोग को before I wind up for today. These are announcements from our side. One is ये क्या था? ओके, ये फाइनल प्लेसमेंट का है. फाइनल में क्या करते हैं लोग, तो फाइनल सिलेक्शन जो करते हैं लोग, वो भी देख लेते हैं वेरी ब्रीफली. 30 मार्क्स फॉर कैट, एकेडमिक परफॉर्मेंस 12th प्लस ग्रेजुएशन मार्क्स 5 + 5 10 मार्क्स, डाइवर्सिटी फैक्टर A + B 5. तो यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं लोग, 5 मार्क ही देते हैं डाइवर्सिटी फैक्टर को. सो इफ़ यू आर गर्ल एज वेल एज अ कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट, यू विल ओनली गेट 5. If you're just a commerce student or a BBA student, you'll only get 5 marks. तो 5 से ऊपर नहीं मिलेगा यहाँ पे. Work experience is 5, written ability test is 10, and personal interview is 40. So like unlike some IIMs which have kind of ruled you out if you have not done well in 10th and 12th, or it's very difficult to get their calls, IIM Lucknow is one of the top IIMs which you can actually plan to get in, right? And अगर in case तुम्हारा इस साल थोड़ा कम रह जाता है, IIM Lucknow टारगेट करो तो वो 26 महीने वर्क एक्सपीरियंस में जाके वहाँ से भी 10 मार्क्स उठा सकते हो, एंड यू कैन ऑलवेज गेट अ कॉल फ्रॉम देयर. और ये बोलते हैं कि कोई भी डिस्प्यूट है तो द कोर्ट्स ऑफ लखनऊ विल डिसाइड द डिस्प्यूट मैटर. एनीवे IIM Lucknow के साथ कोर्ट केस तो कोई करने नहीं वाला है. लास्ट अनाउंसमेंट वो करना है, टुमारो इवनिंग 6 PM आई एम गोइंग टू बी लाइव विद अ सरप्राइज अनाउंसमेंट about one of my new ventures, the Arun Sharma Academy. So please be there with me at 6 PM tomorrow. We're going to come up with a special announcement. I've also put a post on this on the YouTube community, and do make sure that you are sharing the videos, and you share the videos, and you talk about these videos, and you comment on the videos, so that it becomes more and more popular, and we get to access more audience for what we are doing here. Thank you so much. I'll be back on the other side with the quants question, 50 must know quants question on the other side of this in maybe 5-10 minutes, right? Chalo. So thank you so much. Bye for now. Do aim for IIM Lucknow. Get there. Thank you so much.